Hey love, welcome back. I just woke up to do this reading for you. I slept so good, but I woke up ready. So let me get into our live screen here. Yay, I'm connected. I can see you. And what I did get before showing up during the day yesterday was the spirit animal oracle cards. So I saw us pulling a spirit animal to get us started. So let's see what is the spirit animal that wants to come out. And I just see us pulling one, just the one, to get us going. And then, yeah, that's all I know for today's show so far. What is the spirit animal for the tribe? I see you in the comments, lighting it up. This one. Squirrel. Daddy, I want a squirrel. That's so funny. My grandson will spend the night with me again, and he wanted to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, gross. Breathe, bitch, breathe. Veruca salt. Get out of my throat. Coffee. I'm not messing around. I'm gonna get some water too, because that was intense. It's like still sitting there and lingering there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And where did it come from? To hell, you say? Wow. And then I hear, I'm all choked up. Hey, I'm all choked up. Okay. Well, not anymore, but I was. And it was pretty fucking intense. I choked up while I was trying to talk about Veruca Salt, the little spoiled ass girl. Daddy, I want a squirrel. So she is disrespectful. And Willy Wonka said, little girl, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Do not touch that squirrel's nuts. I just saw it. I don't really, I'm totally not the person to memorize movie lines. And then the other thing that I'm seeing, because of that movie, and where the squirrels, they get the nuts, and he has the squirrels peeling the nuts instead of people and whatever else, machines or whatever he could do, because they get all the walnut out almost every time. But they knock on the walnut to see if it's a good nut, and the bad nuts go down the garbage chute. And so when she got to where she wasn't supposed to be, them squirrels turned her ass upside down, knocked on her head, and determined she was a bad nut, and threw her ass down the garbage chute. I just saw it, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. It is card number 35, so we have Empress and Hierophant energy. We also have 3 + 5 makes 8. That's the Leo energy of the Strength card. So Empress is Libra and Taurus, and then Hierophant is Taurus. Strength card is Leo. It says, plan for the future, accumulate resources. And then as I finally get to the reading of the card, and it says to me, yeah, you have spiritual obligation to accumulate as much wealth as you can so you can utilize it for your spiritual purpose, baby. Okay, so we have a squirrel gonna be with us through the night. I'm sure we'll be referring back to this squirrel many times. Okay, squirrel! Squirrel is also distraction energy. Where did I get that from? I have no fucking idea where the squirrel, where did that come from? Squirrel! And there's a distraction. Let's see what the the guidebook has to teach us about the squirrel. Hold on, I want some more coffee and some more water. Get off of my throat. Okay. The symbolism of the squirrel is often associated with preparing for the future and the ability to accumulate resources diligently and strategically. Let's further explore the concept plan for the future, accumulate resources in the context of the squirrel. Planning and preparation. The squirrel is known for its habit of gathering and hiding food for the winter, demonstrating long-term planning and awareness of future challenges. When we receive the message of the squirrel, we are invited to plan for our future similarly, anticipating challenges and preparing for them diligently and strategically. It encourages us to consider our choices and actions in the context of how they will impact our long-term future. Resource accumulation. The squirrel accumulates resources such as food and nesting materials to ensure its survival during periods of scarcity. When we receive the message of the squirrel, we are encouraged to assess our current resources and make plans to accumulate new ones, both material and emotional. It invites us to be diligent in managing our finances, to invest in our skills, and to cultivate meaningful relationships that can support us in times of difficulty. Resource conservation. The squirrel also demonstrates prudence in the use of available resources, avoiding waste and maintaining a frugal mindset. When we receive the message of the squirrel, we are invited to be mindful of our consumption and practice moderation in our daily lives. It invites us to avoid wasting resources, both material and energy, and to seek ways to live more sustainably and respectfully of the environment. In summary, when we receive the message of the squirrel, we are invited to plan our future diligently, accumulate resources strategically, and conserve what we have with care. This allows us to face future challenges with confidence and assurance, knowing that we have taken the necessary precautions to ensure our long-term well-being and prosperity. Okay. Squirrel! And there's that. The distraction energy, too. Be careful about being distracted by the squirrel energy. I mean, I can't help but notice that as well. And then again with the Willy Wonka thing. Are you checking for bad nuts? And then you ain't wasting your meal ticket, because they don't waste them walnuts. They get it nearly all of it completely out of the shell almost every time, he said. Okay. Well, I'm asking, out of all of these decks we have here, what the heck? Okay, let's start with the Enchanted Map is calling to me. Thank you for contributing to the collection of cards that we have available. If you're one who has done that, like Interstellar Frequency and Malibu. So thankful and grateful for all the cards we have to share with you. The Enchanted Map. What do we have for the tribe today? Please and thank you. Our powerful, potent tribe of love and peace and happiness. All right, here we go, baby. Oh, they're doing the thing again. Okay, they want to do the thing again. I mean, it didn't come out as perfect. Message, it didn't come out as perfect as we would have liked it to. Well, then put it together and do it again. Oh, okay. We'll put it together and do it again then. Let's try that one more time. Oh, try again, okay? You don't get it wrong until you just quit trying. So, another attempt, you may have success this time. Because a try is just a failed attempt, okay? What else? On one side of the table, tribe side. Stuck in the mud, what the fuck? My tribe is not stuck in the mud, but it says so. Okay, stuck in the mud. It's hard to walk. It's hard to walk in that mud. Mud is made with water and earth combined. When water and earth combined, water is made. Mud is made. Lord of mercy, say it right. I know I just woke up, but Lord of mercy, say it right. When water and earth are combined, mud is made. Mud can be useful, though. They used to make mud in different places of the world. They still do. Mud is used to make homes. Mud is used to make homes, and even my great grandparents, when they settled here in Colorado, they had a mud adobe hut, a little house they made of adobe, which is a mud. Okay. But what's stuck in the mud? The elephant with a bird on its back. Let me see this energy for the tribe. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to even muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud. But for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. Yeah. You're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Slow it down. Ooh, watch out. Don't want to lose control. Is energy that just came. Okay. Let's just slow it down. With the stuck in the mud energy. Don't want to lose control. And the squirrel was here, and we were talking about Willy Wonka. We were talking about distractions. Okay. All that. And let's see what else Spirit gonna give us. On the other side of the table, over here. The Dragon's Lair, card number 19. Who or what's on the other side? The Dragon's Lair. Everything outside the Dragon's Lair is frozen over. And there's a dragon flying in the sky. This dragon's flying in the sky. But look, there's one down there, the Dragon's Lair, and we can see the eyes glowing. Card number 19. Let me see more. You are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory. So tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. That's why they want you to slow down. Because it's danger. Watch yourself. Danger. Okay. Show me what you're working with. Danger. Okay. For mystical? Okay. Isn't that mystical? Lord of mercy. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. So you're always protected and divinely directed. Dangerous new territory, new experiences, new challenges. And I always say, challenges only exist to show you how fucking awesome you are. Let me see the connection between the tribe and this dragon's lair. But they want us to tread carefully. Yeah? The moonlight. Oh, yeah. Of course they want us to tread carefully. There's a lot of shit you can't see. There's a lot you didn't know. Be careful. With the moonlight. And then I heard, give me the green light. Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now. Okay, the green light, Lord of mercy. And then I heard, green light. Pistol in this party won't be right. It's about to be a fucking green light. There's a fairy. And this fairy has wings on her back. Transparent wings. There's 6 wings on the back of this fairy. She's standing on the balcony. We have a hourglass over here that still has time in it. And then in the moon, there's an owl. Let's see more. Okay. 5 is a Hierophant. 1 is a Magician. Those together make 6, which is the Lovers. Doing the right thing, using your power wisely, because you do have choices in how you use your power, especially when things are hidden from you. Let me see more. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. Yeah, there's some shit that is unknown. Unknown factors, unknown information about this new territory. Danger! Watch yourself. Danger! Show me what you're working with. Okay. What does the tribe need to know in this energy? What do you need to know? If you're gonna go to this place, like you have to, this unknown place where there's danger, you would, oh, okay, you would do well to definitely prepare for any possibilities that you could, right? Because once you get on the road there, what you gonna do? You know, you're only gonna have the tools that you have access to. But because we have two dragons in this image, I can't help but notice that there's two dragons in this image. One is already in that house. The other one is circling, about to circle in for a landing. So there's something there. Chinese zodiac sign dragon for somebody. Okay. What do you need to know, tribe Stormfields? This is like the other day. This is coming through again. Coming to clean out the old structure. Wow. So although there's a tornado there and shit, look at right here. There's a bee and a flower. Right in the little bees and little flowers. Okay. And the grass is so green. We got some shrooms over here, but there's a tornado coming through. And it's taking that whole structure, is about to run over that structure. Okay. Oh, this is why you're being slowed down. Card number 9. This is part of why you're being slowed down. Because, you know, yeah. We can't have you get taken out by that storm. It's not meant to take you out. What was that movie that I watched with the boys? As I'm thinking about this dragon that's sitting here inside of the lair, there was some movie I watched with the boys recently. Can't tell you what it was right now, the name of it, but they were, it just came to me. The Doolittle movie, the 2020 Doolittle movie with, what the man name? Iron Man. Robert Downing, is that his name? Robert Downing Jr.? I don't know. Anyways, with him, and he played Doolittle. In his quest, there's a dragon guarding this plant that he needs a sacred medicine from. This tree. Dragon is pissy. But because he's a healer, he's a doctor, he's a healer, he can tell that there's something wrong with her belly. And yeah. And so him being an animal doctor who can speak animal language, yeah, it's actually pretty gross. Yeah, let's just say he cleared her belly. He cleared her belly. She had, in her belly, she had fucking, the armor, swords, like she had all this stuff in her fucking belly. It was so hilarious. Because, you know, as he cleared it, yeah. As he cleared it. Yeah, it's not the Eddie Murphy version. It's the Robert Downing Jr. version of 2020. Or you won't see the scene that I'm talking about. But it was really good. And she was so fucking grateful. She finally was at ease. So fucking grateful. She was finally at ease. Because all that... And so that... What was it? It was remnants from previous battles. It was remnants from previous battles that was sitting in her belly, giving her pain. Message, okay. I mean, and however that applies. With the squirrel, plan for the future, accumulate resources. Let me see what's the guidance position. Gentle gardener, card number 2. So I heard it's gonna happen gently. You have to be very careful. Number 2 is the high priestess. Okay. Follow your intuition, coming through again. The same way this moonlight spoke about intuition. High priestess energy is all about intuition. And with the gentle gardener, we have this ancestor over here in the heavens looking down at these little ones over here, keeping an eye on them, at the little fairies and their eggs that are not yet hatched as well. what has not yet hatched for you is protected by the ancestors and the spirit realm. Oh, shout out to you, for all the ones who actually got to grow old enough to get a full head of white hair. Some of them did not. I'm just saying. I've yet to see, yeah, none of mine ever, not yet. Okay, let's go to card number 2. Card number 2, the Gentle Gardener. Be your own person, be a conscious co-creator. The Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that it sent out into the field of co-creation, and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. They want me to read the reversed writings as well. It says, do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Every time you send out a desire for something but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the garden of your dreams. When the Gentle Gardener appears in the reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, however, because once you recognize this, you can always remove a bad seed and replace it with a healthy one. Forgiveness is your most powerful restorative tool. Okay. We're at the bottom of the deck. Heal the ouch. Heal the ouch. Okay, so like we've been on point. Clearly we've been on point. And it's animal doctors. It's a raccoon nursing a fox. Okay. Squirrel. Okay. Heal the ouch. That's what this is all about. Healing the ouch. It's time for a healing. And whatever is upsetting this person's stomach is because they're holding on to all the shit from all the previous battles, just like the dragon was in the Doolittle movie. Lord of mercy. But it's so big. Lord have mercy. Okay. Go slow. It's almost like, tribe, you want to go and help heal the ouch over there. There's a lot of unknown shit. And you need to know that there's storm fields over there. It's danger. Watch yourself. Danger. Show me what you're working with. It's dangerous over there. There's a lot going on over there. 38. Empress energy, Taurus and Libra. Plus the Strength card, Leo. 3 plus 8 equals 11. That's Justice. That's Libra again. So, loving and nurturing from a place of power brings justice, which can close out the cycle, right? The Dragon's Lair, though, is card number 1 and 9. Number 19 is what I meant to say. But 1 and 9, Magician and Hermit. This person that's in the... Because it's like, tribe, I see you like you're this other dragon here, right? Or but it's like two energies of the same dragon. No. Two energy, two energy, two energies of the same dragon. The one that's inside has all the shit in their belly, and it's accumulated from previous battles. So they, okay. I don't know. I'm not sure about this flying dragon yet. It could be, in one way I see it, is tribe. Tribe is like, I'm about to come in. Watch out, y'all. I'm about to land. I'm coming in. We're going to do something about this. The other way I see it is like, either the dragon is in its lair with the achy tummy, but it really is thinking about flying. Boy, I fucking miss flying, but this pain in my gut won't let me fly. Right? And the pain in the gut is also talking about a person who is actually accumulating a lot of weight around their solar plexus chakra area, like literally, physically, because they're not doing something that needs to be done, which has to do with releasing all the residue from all the fucking battles they have been fighting. They need to. But are they doing it? No, they're not. This reading will look a little bit different if they had been. I'm asking them, which cards are we going to use next? I'm looking back and forth from the tarot side of this shelf to the oracle side of this shelf, and back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Work it in the middle. Message. Okay, so they keep going back and forth, but they need to really just work it in the middle. They need to work it in the middle instead of going back and forth so damn much. They'd be happier if they just worked it in the middle. Let's use the psychic tarot for the heart. It's calling. Well, I'm trying to figure out what it's calling. All right, here we go. Let's get some more info on this spread. You know how I like to layer it down, baby. So thankful and grateful. I see y'all lighting up the comment stream. I see my tribe is present, and I feel like it's time to put the fan on. Message, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting too hot. I want to take my clothes off. It's getting hot in here. I ain't taking no damn clothes off. However, I am going to put on the fan. So it's getting hot in here. Yeah, too hot to ignore. It's getting too hot to ignore. And what the dragon's lair, what the dragon be breathing? Fire? Oh, yeah, that part. The dragon be breathing fire, right? Yeah. It do. It breathes fire. So it's getting higher. Is that why you've been stuck in the mud? Spirit's like, oh no, baby, don't go over there. They're going to breathe fire on you. You're going to get your ass burnt up. We don't need you doing all that. Like, stay your ass here. Slow it down. Slow it down. Ooh, watch out. Don't want to lose control. And it is saying, like, don't lose control. Don't allow somebody to take you out of your energy because they're still holding on to the residual bullshit from the battles they had fought. They were never supposed to keep it in the belly, but they couldn't process it. Instead of processing it, they retained it. Why? Because they took on shit that wasn't theirs. Going back to the Doolittle movie. The dragon had, I just remember them throwing out, like, they threw out the swords. They threw out the helmet. They threw out the knight's armor. Right? So they were taking on something that was not supposed to be there. That wasn't meant for them to take in. And it caused her or him, it caused them to have a pain that made them more fucking irritable. Lord of mercy. Okay. Show me tribe energy in this, please and thank you. With the stuck in the mud. What do we have for the tribe? Okay. Oh, refusing to see. Two of Swords energy. Refusing to see. Stuck in the mud, refusing to see. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you in pain because you're still holding on to shit from the past. I don't want to see that. Okay. Tribe, you could have said, you know what, I'm not going over there because it's not safe for me to go over there. Because that was the first message of the stuck in the mud. Like, danger. Watch yourself. Slow it down before you get hurt. And it's like, tribe, what blessings do you have as well as is coming out in this? I mean, how is it actually a beautiful life for you that you haven't paid attention to? That message is also here. And I hear it's so important because if you don't pay attention to the good shit happening in your life, you could end up like that dragon over there. Constipated and belly aching because, you know, holding on to shit that don't serve you well. Is that what's going on, tribe? You haven't been noticing where things are going just great in your life? You got a lot of good shit happening. Magic is happening for you right now. And somebody over here who's doing a whole lot of belly aching, come into your awareness, come into your experience, come into your presence so that you can be more aware of being aware, you know, of the beautiful things, the beautiful parts of life. If you're stuck in the mud, if you feel stuck in the mud, if life is making you slow down, you gotta totally find reasons to be grateful for where your feet are. So this dragon's lair and this belly aching energy that's coming up over here could totally be that this person is not focused on where their feet are. They're depressed because of what was, or anxious about what has not yet happened. But where they're not is in appreciation for where their feet are. What have you not seen about your situation and how to be grateful about where you're at and the beautiful parts of what you have in front of you? Okay. Let's go over here with the dragons there. What do we have? The throat chakra. Now, the throat chakra is literally all about what is spoken, but in this energy, with the dragons there, it feels like, like there may be some harsh speech going on there. Because remember, the energy we got here is somebody that's belly aching. And so they're giving word. It's like the words coming out of their mouth are meant to be heard by their frontal lobe so that they can process why they're still belly aching. Okay. And that's card number 5, because it is the 5th chakra. And there's a lot of blue in this Two of Swords energy over here. The colors match. And it's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Okay. Because you know it's belly aching. So in other words, tribe, I just feel like you don't want to hear somebody bitching all the time. If you're just going to bitch and complain, I don't need to come over there. I don't need to see you. I don't need to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. All you're doing is bitching and complaining about all that is when there's so many things to be grateful for. Find something good to say or shut the fuck up. If you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Is the other way. I'm brutal with the shit though. I'm really like in your face with the shit when I say if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then shut the fuck up. Okay. Interesting. Let's keep going. With the moonlight, what do we have? Fine balance, 2 of Pentacles. There's changes in the air. Two of Pentacles, weighing things out. Connected through distance. Connected through distance. You and someone else could be connected through distance. Connected at a distance. And somebody is belly aching and complaining a lot. Maybe they'll show us more about what this person is complaining about. Well, it's fucking cold outside. They could be complaining because it's cold outside. Thinking about flying around, but it's too fucking cold outside. I'm going to stay in here. Ow, my stomach hurts so. Ouch, my stomach hurts. I need to see a doctor. I need a doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? Will you come help me? Will you come heal my ouch? I can't come heal your ouch this time because I'm stuck in the mud. Life has slowed me down. There's a desire. I just picked that up. There is a desire to go and heal somebody. But life is saying, nope. It's not for you to do. You're stuck in the mud. And you can't move that fast. And you can't get there. They're in the layer, and a lot of it has to do with blocked energy. Blocked energy. And the energy block I see has a source in the throat chakra. It has to do with all that belly aching. I mean, if you talk enough shit about your own life, every one of your cells, every one of the atoms that composes your body is hearing you. And it's taking your conversation as a declaration. The consciousness that a person is, it decides and declares. All the atoms, all the cells hear all that belly aching, all that bitching and complaining. And takes it as orders. Because I always tell you, when you say, this is what it is, the universe says, well, you're right. So be careful about what you claim after I am. And what you claim after this is. And, what are you claiming? This is, we can learn that lesson from somebody over here. Because they got all this shit pent up in them because they keep proclaiming something. Okay. Let's keep going. With the storm fields, what do we have? Spread my wings and fly away to a place that I long for, and my heart will be the pathway. I'm searching for love that's evermore. Okay, spread your wings. The storm fields, what you need to know. So the storm fields are here because a person has a choice. So this person who's bitching and complaining and belly aching, they could be saying, I don't have no choice. I don't have no choice. As long as they keep saying they don't have no choice, they won't see the choices that they have. But they do have a choice. One of the choices they have is to stop creating more storm fields for themselves with their mouth. Okay. Who is this person in your life that just be bitching and complaining all the time? Lord of mercy. This is a type of mentality that will find a problem for every solution. Is that why Spirit's got you stuck in the mud? I just saw this sidebar confirmation for somebody where it's like you have been on the phone with this person every fucking day, listening to them bitch and complain. Now you done broke your phone. Yeah, or now the phone ain't working for whatever reason, right? Maybe the phone ain't broke. Maybe you got in a bag of rice today because it fell in the water. Either way, something cut off that communication, so you can't. This person needs to spread my wings and fly away. to the place that they long for with their words, instead of, you know, recreating some of the same old bullshit that they've been holding on to in their belly, got them accumulating a rounder middle than they ever thought they could have. Because while they bitching and complaining about having no options and having no choices, that's not facts. All that weight around their middle is an accumulation of all the things that they could have did, all the energy of all the things they could have did. I'm going to tell you something about that troop song, baby. Let me tell you about that troop song. Yeah, perfect example. Perfect fucking example. Lord of mercy. I usually do things by myself. I'm not really an entourage type of person. I go out by myself. I do a lot by myself. But that day, I invited a friend. Hey, there's a concert. Let's go. It's at the park. Let's go to the concert. Troop is singing. She said, well, yeah, I'll go, but I need to wash my hair and blow dry it, and I need to get ready. Let me tell you, this girl's process took a good 3 hours, and every time I kept getting anxiety because I kept thinking, I'm gonna make it. Instead of saying I'm gonna miss it, I kept repeating, we'll be there just in time. We'll be there just in time. It's like as soon as we get there, Troop will go on the stage and they'll start singing, spread my wings and fly away. We get to the park. So many people are already fucking there because the concert been on. It's an old school concert, right? So many people are already there. Parking spots is taken. We got parking. We finally make it to the venue. It was a bit of a walk. It was so funny because when we get to the venue, all the stands are full. All the whole stands were full. Except for the middle front section. It was roped off. It was roped off and nobody was sitting in it. There were no signs. No signs at all. So what I do? I went right into the middle empty section and found myself a seat right in front and center. And as soon as I sat down, guess what happened? What I kept speaking out kept happening. What I kept speaking out is exactly what happened. As soon as I plopped my ass in the seat, the announcer put Troop on the stage, and they came out, and they said, I spread my wings and fly away to a place that I long for, and my heart will be the pathway. I'm searching for love that's evermore. It was fucking awesome. And I just looked at my friend and I said, I told you we were going to get here right in time. I told you it didn't matter. I was stuck in the mud because I was waiting on my friend to get her shit together. Is that what's going on, baby? I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen it yet. But you know what? I'm going to see it. I ain't seen it yet, but I'm going to see it. I ain't seen it yet, but I'm going to see it. Well, I'm going to get there right in time for the big performance. Message. Like, that was a real human experience that I had. And it's a perfect message for this right here. So anywhere where you could be feeling like, fuck. Because trust and believe, that day, the thoughts kept wanting to say, bitch, if you don't hurry the fuck up, I'm going to miss my song. But I didn't. I just kept reaffirming. It's okay. We'll get there when we get there. And when we get there, the Troop will come on. And they'll sing my song, Spread My Wings. I've loved that song since it came out when I was a teenager. It's a beautiful song. Do yourself a favor and give it a listen. But yeah, let's go on to the next position as the guidance with the gentle gardener. And we have joy and stability, 4 of Wands. The guidance, speak gentle gardening over it. This person may be belly aching, bitching, and complaining. I mean, that's an option. So for a lot of you, this is showing you 2 choices. You could be feeling like, I don't have no choice. Well, Spirit is saying, yes, the fuck you do. You can look at this as it's going to make you miss something. Or you can look at this as it's going to give you perfect timing. Because that's what truth. That's what the delay of waiting on my friend gave me, was perfect timing. I wasn't, and let me just say this. all the list of performers that was on that bill for that ticket, I wasn't worried about shit. I just wanted to hear Troop sing Spread My Wings. That was literally the only reason I wanted to go to the fucking concert. I could have skipped all the rest of that shit, and literally did skip so much of the rest of that shit. Right? So understand that anything you have yet to see is allowing for divine timing. But you got to sit in joy and stability. You can't sit up here getting angry about it, because that's not gentle gardening. You got to gently garden this seed of creation with joy and stability and perfect timing. I'm going to be right where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. We had a lot of Taurus energy come through as I channeled the messages on the numbers. And one of the natural Taurus traits is perfect timing. Research it if you don't believe me. But one of the natural Taurus traits is perfect timing. And I've had a lot of experiences like that where, I speak shit into existence. I was just talking about the quarantine and the big check that we got. Why? Because I kept saying, one of these days, I self-prophesied that shit for 9 years before it happened. And then it happened. Just the way I said. They paid me to move out, and they tore the whole fucking building down, just like I said they would. And nobody had my polka dots or my stripes or my mirrors after me. Nobody could slide into my position. I spoke it out for a long fucking time. And then it showed up the way it was meant to. Meanwhile, while the girl was getting ready, what I do, I got myself ready and enjoyed my time. Made sure I had everything in alignment in my place, which is the energy of our squirrel. And I avoided the distraction of the negative mentality, which is the distraction. The squirrel energy is so easy to get caught up with a distraction. There's a message here to be cautious of getting caught up in other people's negativity and negative self-views and negative perspectives. Somebody else could have a totally negative perspective about what's happening, but you don't have to make it yours. You keep speaking out in joy and stability over your situation, gardening it gently. What's at the bottom of the deck? 3 of Pentacles energy. It says reach out. And there's all these different color hands. They're all a different shade of brown, baby. A lighter shade of brown. On a Sunday afternoon, sitting in the park on a Sunday afternoon with lighter shade of brown. You're being held by divine hands. And this card is reminding us that we are watched over, the ancestors, the angels, and the guides. We have fairies. There's magic in this. Remember that there's magic in this. If you're being guided to sit down and have a seat, you're sitting in divine hands, okay? Somebody is still healing their ouch, and that's one of the reasons why a situation has been delayed. Because somebody has to heal their ouch. Okay. That's why you're sitting in this delay, because you have to heal the ouch. You have to realize where you've been belly aching, bitching, and complaining, and you got to figure that out so you can shift that energy. Once you shift that energy, you'll shift your whole experience. For some of you, this is all about you and you, not you and someone else. Somebody here, you've been talking about, I don't have no choice. And today, you're being shown where you have a choice. Yeah. And that's a big deal. Because if you were unaware, now you have awareness. Okay? All right. Now I'm asking them again, what card deck comes next? Because I know there's more. There's more here for us. Oh, yeah, they had shown me that before. The cats want to come and play. The cats. Remember we had that card? Too many cats come out of the oracle. They call it tarot, but it's an oracle deck. Yeah, it's time for the cats to come out. And in that energy, the cats were being talked about as guides and protectors even. So let's go into this and see what else we have for the tribe. There's some things that you don't know about some changes that are happening in your life. And something that's not moving as quickly as you might have liked it to is moving at the pace that it is, because it's moving at divine timing so that you can arrive with perfect timing. And they're referring back to the quarantine and the check for moving out. That all happened with divine timing, because remember, if you remember my relating of that experience, the year prior, the max payout was raised. So some of you, a situation that's going to change your finances that you don't even have awareness of is on delay, because something is being put in place in between now and then that's going to equal you get paid a higher amount. That is clearly visible here. So that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I was the first person to be paid out at the new amount. And so there's that. Yeah, it was raised significantly. It was raised $10,000. The max limit was only $15,000. They raised it to $25,000, and that served my best interest. And oh my gosh, we have number 24, and that's what I got paid with, $24,000. $24,042, and that's the number there. So remember that, right? Sometimes the delay in things working out is so that you can receive a premium that had to be elevated to match you. Okay. Yeah, I remember the lawyer saying, yeah, you're the first one to get the new max pay. I'm like, yay. That's because you guys did that for me. Right? And it's just the same way as showing up with perfect timing to sit down. And it was funny, because when we sat down in the section that was empty, all of a sudden, all the other people start moving into the section too. Because again, it was roped off, but there was no signs that said you couldn't sit there. Not one security guard came and said, excuse me, ma'am, you can't sit there. Nobody said shit. So little by little, the section start filling in. But I was literally the first person to sit there. And even my friend that I was with, she's like, I don't know if we could sit there. I said, I don't see any signs that said we can't. All these people are just used to being restricted. And I'm saying we can sit here. That was a mentality, right? So some people see the rope and they think, I can't go there. That's what this mentality over here is. Tribe, you can see the rope and say, I'm going there. That was a place set aside for me personally. What's your perspective? You know, what is your perspective? Are you going to spread your wings? I'm just saying. Let's see, what do we have for the tribe? The Ace of Pentacles. Abso-fucking-lutely. Look, it's being hand fed to you. Yes. Aces mean yes, you know that. But this is also about a physical, tangible taste, touch, feel. It's that seat right in the center front section that was available for me. It's that check being handed right into your hand. You're being hand-fed, baby. Hand-fed. I got something for you. Here you go. Absolutely. You can taste it. You can touch it. You can feel it. It's physical. Let's see. And then I heard, let's get physical. Physical. We wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Okay, and so as I'm singing that, I'm hearing, again, as you speak it out, Every last one of your cells and atoms that composes your physical body is receiving the declaration, the order, the command that you are giving. So that's there. Let me see on the other side of the table. What do we have? The Wheel of Fortune. So we have a mouse here that's blindfolded. And we have another mouse over there. And these are looking at the people at the concert where Troop performed, sitting outside of the rope. They counted themselves out of a prized position, out of a premium seat, out of a more convenient and more pleasurable position, right? And then where's the cat? Right in the center. Like, I'm going to move this shit. I'm going right in the middle. I go right in the middle. And I'm going to move this shit. So there's literally an experience here when somebody is counting themselves out and you're counting yourself in. You know, how are you proclaiming this? But while they're counting themselves out, you are counting yourself in. And if you weren't, and you're realizing it, it's time to start counting yourself in, right? Just because you hadn't seen it before, it's a, you know, it's a divine timing. It's a purpose why you're being slowed down. I heard so you could smell the roses. You can't smell the roses if you're moving too fast. They said you can't smell the roses if you're moving too fast. So slow down and smell the roses. There's a lot of beautiful things in your life. So slow it down. Ooh, watch out. Don't want to lose control. Slow it down. Okay. Let's see with the fine balance in the moonlight. What do we have? We have the 9 of Swords energy. A stretch. It's a stretch. It's a stretch. And this is giving me the, every time with the anxiety, I would get the nervousness. I would get like, fuck, I don't want to miss my show. I don't want to miss my song when they come out and sing my song. It's like, what you going to do with it? Okay, and they're saying, when the nerves come up, when the anxiety comes up, when it's time to stretch your mind. And then I'm hearing, free your mind and the rest to follow. You got to stretch your idea to help you reach. Okay, sometimes you just feel like you just hanging on by a claw. I've said that, but it hasn't been for a while. You know, especially when I had the really long nails, longer than my fingers. People be like, how you doing? It feel like I'm just hanging on by one fingernail. And that's what she's giving me as she's stretching and her claws are extended. Somebody, you wear stiletto shaped nails? I'm just saying, okay. And I'm hearing once this dragon gets all the shit that they're retaining from all the previous battles, they're actually going to find that there's value in that. There's value in that. They just got to get it out of their belly. Okay, they just got to get it out of their belly. You've got to be willing to go into the unknown. And in some sort of way, you're being forced to slow down because of factors that you don't know about. It's like if you have a meeting with this dragon over here, you're meant to meet the dragon when it can fly. Not while it's bitching and complaining and belly aching. Oh, okay. Interesting. So keep planning for the future and accumulating resources for those things that you have coming your way, for those divine appointments that have been set for you. And, understanding that, hey, there are nuances and details that I'm unaware of, but my highest self knows and spirit knows. And so, I'll get there when I'm meant to. It'll happen for me when it's divinely designed to. Somebody be asking, well, why hasn't this happened yet? Why hasn't that happened yet? Because it ain't time. If it was time, it'd been happened. Clearly, it's not time. That's why it hasn't happened. Oh, okay. And then they're showing me again the illustration that I often share. It's like, I want the cake. I want it fully baked. I want it iced. I want it, to ice it, you have to cool it. I want it decorated. I want the whipped cream. Want all the bells and whistles. I want everything. All of it. The whole nine. The whole nine. I want the whole nine. The completion. I want it all. So even when you don't know, 9 of swords, 9 of thought, you want the whole 9. Make every thought count. I'm here. Make every thought count. Yeah, because it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts, so make every thought count. And understand that it's the thought that counts. So if your thought about it is belly aching and bitching and complaining, that's going to lend you an energy. If your thought about it is, it'll happen when it's a meant to. This is also, everything, I got to get there perfect timing. So this is also giving the energy of, you're getting ready to start out your day. You get walking out the door, and then as soon as you get out the door, you realize, well, damn, I forgot that. Let me run back in house. Go back in the house. You unlock the door again. Get back in the house. Pick up what you left. Go back out the door. You lock the door again. You finally make it out the gate to the car, or out, into the car. And as soon as you get into the car, you're like, oh shit, I forgot that too. Let me go back in. So you go back in. You gotta, unlock again and get back in, and then you get what else you remembered, and you finally make it back to the car. And as you're getting ready to pull out, like all of a sudden it's like, why is there all this cross traffic? You can't even pull into traffic. You're not used to that. You're thinking to yourself, this is weird. There's so much cross traffic. I can't seem to go. It's almost as though I'm being slowed down. And so you finally get down the road, and you're about halfway to where you're going, maybe 3/4 of the way. And then you realize, like, damn, an accident just happened. But the traffic is still flowing because it literally just happened. There's not emergency vehicles there yet. The traffic hasn't backed up there yet. And that's when it hits you. Well, damn, no wonder I had to go back into the house twice. That's why there was cross traffic. So that way I could be aware of the fact that divine timing was at play, so that I was not involved in the accident, but I could still be on time to where I had to be because I wasn't held up by emergency vehicles and backed up traffic due to all the looky-loos. When you realize that everything is happening for a reason, and even a delay is in your favor, and that's the consciousness you pour over the experience, boy, everything starts to shift dramatically that way, right? And then now, you remembered to pick up your lunch, because the second time you ran back in the house, that's what you had forgot. The first time you had to run back in the house because, oh, fuck, I forgot my coffee on the counter. So now you have your coffee for your morning. You have your lunch for your lunch break. Rather than, I need to hurry up and get there and beat this traffic. Had you hurried up to get there to beat the traffic and fuck the coffee and fuck your lunch, which is your resources that you plan for the future, what the fuck you need. You ain't nice if you don't finish your coffee. I'm just saying, You know you ain't nice if you're hungry. You know you don't want to go get that food from the street. You prefer that home cooked leftovers. Thank you. That's why you be meal prepping. But had you rushed out the door to beat the traffic so you could hurry up and be on time, not only would you be ill prepared for everything else coming your way, but you also very easily could have ended up as a member and a party to the fucking accident. Everything in divine timing. Even the delay serves your best interest. Let's see some more over here. What you need to know position. The moon. Intuition. There are things always outside of your awareness. There are always things outside of your awareness. Allow space for that. The cat is sitting on top of the fence. The dogs are barking and there's a little lobster down there. Your intuition is speaking. What dogs is barking? Somebody's feet been sore lately. Your dog's been barking. You been working outside in the heat, standing up. Your feet been sore. Slow down. Sit down. Been walking around doing too fucking much. Time to sit down and slow down. You're going to need to take time on that day off and just rest. Soak your feet in some Epsom salt, you know. Get a foot massage. Maybe you need to sit there with some lotion and oil and rub your own feet. For somebody, that's the message. But the moon is a card of intuition. It's a card of also understanding that there is a lot of things that you're unaware of and allowing space for that to be in your favor. Now, there's also something here where, as I'm looking at this, it's like these dogs have a message for the cat. The dogs have a message for the cat. They are talking. Interspecies conversation is happening here. Telepathic conversation is happening here. Okay. The dogs are talking about faithful companions. The cat is talking about ancient wisdom. Okay. And why? To avoid the storm field so that you can breeze on through. Lord have mercy, the way this is talking. There is also, for somebody here, one of the reasons why this delay is happening because there's a person with all their bitching and complaining and belly aching, what they got holding on to in their belly is that somebody has a drinking problem. Somebody has a severe drinking problem. And they're an angry drunk. And you know that. And that's why you're not allowed to go over there right now. They're in the middle of some shit. So that's a sidebar message for somebody specifically. With the moon, there's Cancer and Pisces energy. Remember that barriers are put in place for a reason. So if you keep trying to make something happen, that's what else the moon and the Wheel of Fortune in these two positions are showing me. You could keep trying to make something happen, but you kept hitting a roadblock every time. It's like the person in our illustration who was trying to get out of the house and something kept stopping them. And then they finally was getting into traffic and something kept stopping them. Too many damn roads. Too many damn cars on the road. They couldn't make it through. Cross traffic is heavy. Understand that the barriers are put in place for a reason, right? I see you had been working on a project that matters a lot to you. And, it's like every time you get ready to finish the project, put the finishing piece on the project, do the final piece of what needs to be done, you can't seem to make it happen. And that is with a perfect divine design included in it, right? Remember that it's going to happen in a divine way. When the path is open, baby, you're going to see that open road. The traffic going to flow. You're going to be able to move when you're able to, when you need to, when it's meant for you to be able to move. If you can't make that move, if you keep hitting a roadblock, there's a reason for the roadblock. Let me see some more. Knight of Swords. It's definitely giving, because the claws are out and this cat is jumping and it's giving an attack. So this is talking about being careful about the negative thinking, being careful about other people who are stuck in negative thinking, right? Negative thinking and things happening swiftly. They're saying if you want things to move smoother and swifter, the best thing you can do to allow that to happen is to continue to gently garden. Because remember in the gentle gardener, we talked about how there's all these eggs that are unhatched, but they're being protected. They are being protected by the fairies, or you could say by the angels, right? We don't want to rush it. What happens if you go in and you crack those eggs? It's not developed yet. It wouldn't be developed yet. What's meant to come out of there, what's meant to be birthed, would not be developed yet. Don't want to rush it. When it happens, it's going to happen quickly. Once one of those eggs start to hatch, they're all going to start hatching very much in harmony and timing with each other. So I see that whatever this is that you're saying, I haven't seen it yet, but I know that everything is coming together. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's not supposed to happen yet. But when it starts coming together, it's all going to come together beautifully, right? It's like all those eggs are going to hatch, and all those eggs are the different seeds of expectation that you have planted in a beautiful way, in beautiful energy. Yeah, it's what you created. They're all going to come together as they are ready to be hatched so that the energy can live, okay? Bottom of the deck. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups energy. We also have the month of May. Big Taurus energy coming through here, although, okay. So 5 of Cups here, and the month of May, and the black cat is here, okay? And then there, I don't know the song like that, but there's a song from Janet Jackson, Black Cat. There's something here about that as well. All right. 5 of Cups. Oh, that black cat is, oh, so there's a black cat here, and it's looking at the calendar where May is at. There was somebody, it has something to do with this Dragon's Lair energy over here. Definitely having something to do with the Dragon's Lair energy. But it's an all black cat, so shadow energy. Somebody here in shadow energy, and we've spoken so much about Taurus. I cannot. There's a reason why something has been delayed. A radical acceptance would be the wisest course. Allow for the delay, accept that the delay is serving its purpose. Janet Jackson is a Taurus. Thank you for sharing that bit. Did not know that. Now, I don't follow any celebrities that closely to know too much about them, but the fact of the matter is, when you're a celebrity, the stars don't tend to be jealous of the other stars. I'm just saying. So, I'm hearing, get the fuck off of my throat again. And then I'm hearing Michael Jackson now coming through, just saying, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay? Just stop dogging me around. Okay? And then the dogging me around is reminding me of the Animals album from Pink Floyd. The dogs were like a rebel energy. Okay. There's somebody here. And so now this, because of that black cat at the bottom of the deck, because of the Taurus energy that's come through here, because of the way this black cat has got its tongue licking its lips, looking at that May energy. Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, Lord of mercy. It's like somebody wants to get what's yours, right? Somebody is utilizing, somebody is taking advantage of a Taurus energy. I can see that as well. Some of you, that's going to be very, very specific, but like consuming. There's a consumption happening here. And, you know, when did the Leave Me Alone come out? As soon as I started having another choking episode, this one was much shorter. The first choking episode, oh, that was a big fucking choking episode. Y'all remember the beginning of this channel session, right? Yeah. Message. There might be one more little choke up. But then you say, just leave me alone. And Michael and Janet are brother and sister, sibling energy. Somebody got a sibling that been hating the fuck out of you. You got a sibling that been hating on you like crazy. Speaking a bunch of shit. Why? Because they holding on to the residue of past battles all up in their belly. Holding on to that shit. It's affecting their well-being. They probably done expanded in their middle section quite a bit because they ain't doing what the fuck they need to do. They sit up there bitching and complaining and belly aching. And then what? You over here, look, divine time, you're like, I'm not going to see that. I'm not seeing them. And then, but I'm going to keep doing things good in my life, and I'm going to keep focusing on my blessings and stare at where my feet are. I'm going to be where my feet are. Okay, energy, speaking through, love it. You keep preparing for the future. There's something about this person being blocked out of your energy. You're shielding yourself from this person's energy. They certainly cannot access. They cannot enter. They don't access denied with the Wheel of Fortune sitting on top of it. You have access denied somebody's presence in your life because they belly aching and they complaining and they bitching all the time. Negative mentality, negative attacks. They would love to get a handle on your joy and stability. They would love to jump on and attack your joy and stability. And so it's still being held. It's like it's being held in escrow for you. There was a message that had came through about, and we titled it something about it's being held in escrow for you. Don't worry, you still get it. There's something that needs to be complete with this situation here. I feel like I can see, though, where you've already done what you need to do. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is here. The rest of it is just allowing for divine timing, right? Okay. Show me some more, Spirit. What else do we have for the tribe in this energy, please, and thank you. What else can you reveal? We have the Six of Wands. Again, I just finished saying you did everything you needed to do. Six of Wands. This has something to be doing with your recognition, with your victory. You have stepped off of the battlefield. You're off of the battlefield. So it's time for your award ceremony, your reward ceremony. And it has something to do with the fact that you have sealed that area. Like you closed that shit out. You closed it out. I'm not getting caught up in the bullshit you be speaking. Remember I told you were talking on the phone with somebody every day, listen to their bitching and complaining, and all of a sudden for some reason it stopped working. It's like somebody got removed from your experience. Let's confirm that. Look at that tribe. They confirm it with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's done. Over. That's the end. The end. And it's a bee energy is here again. Somebody's a whole bee in this bitch, and they can't even see it. They love to call you the bee and have you trapped, but they don't understand that they're the bee that can't see. They're the bee that can't see the purity. I feel like, tribe, you are a white rose holding over their head, right? A white rose. You come in peace. You like to blossom in peace, but they won't see it. Interesting. There's an ending. There is an ending here. It is auspicious for you. It is beneficial for you. This is now looking like, these cards over here on the other side of the table is looking like, remember we told you had to go back in the house twice because you forgot some shit, and then you get ready to get into traffic, but fuck, there's a lot of cross traffic. This Ten of Swords is looking like, okay, finally all the fucking cars passed. I feel like I've been sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for the cross traffic to stop so I can get on the road. Oh, well, it looks like the cross traffic is stopping so you can get on the road. Let me see what else in the connection. Eight of Swords. Yeah, they somebody is trapped in their own energy field. They would have liked you to be afraid. They like to intimidate you. They like to keep you stuck where you were. You have no idea that somebody else's experience here has had an influence on why you haven't moved forward. There's an entanglement in between you and another, and there's things you don't understand. It's like this person has to go for you to be free. Yeah. And what they don't like about you, I just really see like what they don't like it. The way this person is hunched and hugging themselves right here, this person is in a lot of pain, and they don't like that you come out and you're so beautiful. You're a horse, white horse, but you got a red bandana on your eyes. You can't see, and still facing over there. Can't see you. I can't see you. Stuck in position. Why? Because they would like to throw a whole bunch of hateful energy over here. Can't do it. They don't like how you're all dressed all pretty. And they would like to tie you up. There's somebody here who's been speaking a lot of shit to get you tied up. But the crazy part is that's fine, because during this time, all that does with the squirrel here, squirrel, you have realized that somebody is a bad nut. They're showing me, again, Veruca Salt. Where, and that Willy Wonka with the Johnny Depp, the squirrels dropped her ass. And, you know, oh my God, they've determined that she's a bad nut. They knocked on her head, and they threw her ass down the garbage chute. Somebody here's got to go down the garbage chute. Sorry, that's not sorry. This is what the fuck they're showing me, and this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm hearing, and I always give you what I hear and see, whether I think you like it or not. It's not up to me to make you like the shit. It's up to me to deliver the fucking messages. So whoever you've been resonating with over here that's holding on to all the shit in their gut from previous battles, refuses to change. They want to fucking fly, but they refuse to come out of the cave with the red eyes, just angry all in there, speaking from anger. Well, it's like Spirit has said they're a bad nut. It's a bad nut. They got a bad nut. Message. Let me see some more. What else do we have in this situation? Yeah, because they would love to tie you up, get you locked up. Locked up. They won't let me out. That's okay, because while you're here, where you're at, you're accumulating resources. You're getting win after win after win. And honey, all those premium rewards and awards come to you. It's got your name on it. And that's what somebody here is bitching and complaining and belly aching about, is because while the awards and rewards got tribe name on it, why can't I get some of those awards and rewards? Because, bitch, you still in the cave. You ain't flying. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Like, you're going to have to do the work. See, Tribe took... she said, take your time. What's the rush? Oh, Tribe took their time. They didn't try to rush. Didn't take some bullshit shortcuts. Right? Well, some shortcuts are beneficial. Like being a mentalist. That's a great shortcut. Other shortcuts, it get you hemmed up. This person tried to take some shortcuts. They really did. And the only thing they did was cause themselves a belly ache. Tribe, that's what they pissed off about. Because you have the ability to stand tall. And there's something here about you standing. Like, you're not sitting crouched, because both of these energies of these two creatures look like you. Stand up. Look, they both dressed well, poised, right? Standing in their position. This person would love to imagine you stuck, trapped with the swords surrounding you, when in fact you stand with the wands of victory around you. They have a whole nother perspective about you that is not the same as what you know to be true about yourself, and it's also not the same with what Spirit is showing about you. Okay. Let's see some more. What else do we have here, Spirit? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. And you already had the Ace of Pentacles from the other deck in your... It was being hand-fed to you. And is it, you know, this is a reward. Is it a piece of land for somebody? Is it a reward? Wise, intelligent, talented, creative, and honest. Absolutely. Call me whatever names you want to, I heard. Maybe they call you a witch. Maybe they call you a bitch. That's okay, because I am wise, intelligent, talented, creative, and honest. And I am beautiful, intelligent, talented, creative, and honest. So call me a witch and a bitch. If you're going to do it right. I mean, there's that, right? Either way, they pissed off. Why? Because you got it. It's being handed to you. They can say whatever fucking names, that they want to. They can get as mad as they want to. No matter what, the treasure's being handed to you. As the storm fields clears out the bullshit of these folks that want to come in and talk crazy shit. Yeah, you still receive the reward. You still receive your premium. You still receive everything. And it doesn't matter what names they want to call you. It really doesn't. It doesn't change what the fuck you are. And honey, if you're going to get mad over the names people call you all the time, like, have fun. It's an angry life, right? People always going to have some stupid shit to say. Sometimes you let them get away with saying them. Sometimes you silence their asses. Sometimes you just don't give a fuck enough to even do anything about it. And that's okay. Because they can't hurt you with those words. The ideas about you that they have in their head, that they want to end you. Somebody here wishes you would fucking end. That they could put an end to you. And that ending energy is sitting in their own house. The energy they put out is coming back to them. And that's why, tribe, you fly, you evolved. You don't stay stuck in the dungeon in the dark, and they won't come out. They refuse to come out because, it's easier to bellyache and complain and bitch while they're sitting in the dark cave, right? Let's get some more here. What else do we have in the guidance position? The Three of Swords. I mean, just remember that their attacks are coming from their own disappointment. You, tribe, hold up a mirror to these individuals who haven't done what the fuck they need to do, who speak out against themselves, who like to sit in anger and agony and misery. That's fine. I mean, it is what it is. That's what they're upset about, because you got joy and stability, because the ancestors, angels, and guides is looking down on you, blessing you, giving you more, protecting your seeds. They can't get to your seeds because they don't have access. Access is not granted to them. I mean, why would you give access to somebody like that gonna act like that? Right? You took your time. You ain't rushed. So much love to the tribe. Let's keep going. What's at the bottom here? The Queen of Pentacles, Lord of Mercy. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Queen of Self-Development. She is mother. She is nurturer. She is caretaker. She can handle the home and the business. If somebody is pissed off because you, tribe, you have a business and you mind it and it thrives. Oh, they busy trying to find a cave to hide in, so they can sit there and glare and be angry. I mean, that's one way to do things. That's not the tribe's way of doing things, but that's one way to do things, I hear. Let's go. I want to get another tarot deck. Let's get some more. I'm being guided to the totally unofficial Adventure Time tarot deck. Malibu sent me that one. I really like this one too. I love the imagery. It's fun images. Let's see what else we have for you, tribe. I do feel like there's more to this story. Spirit can show us some more here. Let's see what else they reveal. I see you in our comment section. I see y'all been liking the video. I see the tribe just growing and expanding. I see your power. I see how you have an ability to encourage yourself and support yourself, although others do not. This is giving right now. It's giving, although you haven't had the support from those who should be on your side, people who you've always had their back, but they couldn't see you. You know, you've had your support. You've taken care of yourself. You've turned, I heard, shitty stew into miracles, magic, and blessings for you, all by your perspective. You're like, winners never quit and quitters never win. So you keep making plans from the future, even if it feels like your feet haven't gone that far yet. You keep making plans for your future, meanwhile appreciating where you stand. And now there's a stronger awareness of the fact that, hey, if it didn't happen yet, that's because it wasn't time for it to happen, and that's okay. You're okay with that. You don't have a full awareness. There's a lot you don't know about why this other energy has an entanglement with you. This strength card coming out. You are in your power. And that's one of the things that gets on their fucking nerves is you're in a power position. You're in power. You have power over this person. You are empowered. That gets on somebody's nerve. It is hot coals on their head. They can't stand that fact. They just can't stand that fact that you're an empowered individual. They can't get you caught up. They can't make you feel like you did something wrong. And the strength card is the card that trumps the devil, right? They want you to they want you to be down with them because they're down. They want you to be stuck with them because they're stuck. You're like, I ain't got nothing but this little violin. Let me play my sad violin for you from over here on my side of the table. Like, I'm on my side of the table. Like, that's too bad for you. Like, that sucks that you chose to do that way. You had other choices. I made a different choice, and that's why my life looks like this. But the strength card trumps the devil. The devil, Capricorn energy. This strength card is Leo energy. Leo and Capricorn, there's definitely something with Leo and Capricorn. But also, I heard it's a very creative energy. Yeah, when you overcome devices of obsession, addiction, alcoholism, sex, drugs, rock and roll, materialism, negative thinking, low vibrational bullshit, like there's something magical birthed in that. Beauty can be birthed from that. And that's what's happening in your life, tribe. That's where you're at. You met opposition with courage. You met resistance with power and faith. You met negativity and you flipped that shit into positivity, right? So let's see some more over here. And the Hierophant. There's that Taurus energy again. Like they were the opportunity for you to find your power, and you are the opportunity for them to learn a major life lesson. The Hierophant is a teacher. You are here to teach this person. But rather than teach, they get angry at the lesson. Somebody is angry at your lessons. They're angry about what you say. They hate that you have a voice. They would love to attack your voice and shut you up. They do not get to have their way, right? You are a life lesson for this person. You are a teacher in their life. God, universe, their angels, ancestors, and guides put you in their life to be an example, to be a teacher of what could work if they tried it. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? Again, somebody Chinese zodiac sign horse is here. The Hierophant has the keys to the kingdom, and that's what somebody here, this person in your life, is like this. If this is a specifically one person, this is the type of person that brought you so much shadow energy that it helped you embrace your light. This is like a demon in skin walking around, so your angel energy could be highlighted and pronounced. Thank you. This is somebody that's bitching and complaining because you got the keys to the kingdom and they can't do nothing but sit in their cave. I mean, it's all choices, honey. And for some of you, it's like you two have walked the same fucking path in the sense of life gave you both the same shit, but what you did with the shit that you were handed was way fucking different. You know, this is somebody who had similar experiences with as you did. They had the same opportunity. They had the same shitstorm handed to them. But what you did with the shitstorm that was handed to you was different than what they did with the shitstorm that was handed to them. So as a result, the outcome is different. Somebody is mad because you are so spiritually protected, and every hurtful thing they try to throw your way and speak over your life fails. They keep waiting for God to fuck you up because that's what they're calling for. God don't like ugly. And this person probably says that a lot. But they're being ugly. And so all the ugly they keep trying to speak over your life is hitting their ass right upside the head. Say, oops, upside your head. I said, oops, upside your head. Yeah. And they can't deny it. The oops upside your head is saying they can't deny it. It's undeniable. And it's like they've had some recent evidence. That Ten of Swords is the recent evidence. It's like it's happened so many times that now they can't deny it anymore. That every time they try to speak against you, you get elevated, you get stronger, you get more resources, you get more power, you accumulate more. There's more shit put in escrow for you. It's like another seed, another egg for you. And the crazy thing, I just heard that. The crazy thing is if this person could find the gratitude for the life lessons that you showed them, they could reverse all this energy. There's somebody here who's very angry because you've taught them a lot, but they won't see it. They refuse to look at it, and they definitely refuse to be grateful for you. And it's causing shit to blow up in their life. And if they could just find gratitude for one of those lessons, it will make a change, and that will lead to more change. The change, because it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Right? And the change is gonna come one way or another. This person can learn, or they can see your next lifetime. Maybe with big butterflies. Maybe they'll transform in the next lifetime. Because it looks like somebody is refusing to do so here in this lifetime. Let's see some more. The connection between you two is the Emperor. Heavy emphasis on father's energy. Aries energy. Aries, the god of war, anger, violence. Boss up energy. Take control, take charge. Yep. Slow it down. Ooh, watch out. Don't want to lose control. Somebody here is losing control of their mind. This person could literally end up in a fucking psych ward if they don't calm the fuck down. They need to calm down. Calm down. Calm down. This person drinks a lot of soda pop. This person drinks a lot of soda pop. And so they're, in other words, the way they're giving it to me, they keep taking in all this false chemical shit. They keep taking in unhealthy. They keep consuming unhealthy energy. But it's of their own creation. The thoughts, negativity, swirling around. You are protected from that. You are protected from whatever this negative energy they would like to speak over your life, throw your way, hurl at you, cast, conjure, or spell work towards you, whatever the fuck it is. I heard they have a fascination with you. They have a fascination with you. They're fascinated with you. But because they're in a low vibrational state, it comes through as anger. Let's see some more. What you need to know. Again, I just said this. The star. You're a shining star. No matter who you are. Shining bright, you'll see what you can truly be. Aquarius energy. All fresh new beginnings, new energy. We are in the age of Aquarius. In the age of Aquarius, the divine is protected. In the age of Aquarius, the divine is restored. The divine order of things is restored. See, all the time, why do they keep doing this? Why they keep doing it? Ooh, they giving us messages. They keep doing this because that shit was working. It was working before. They were able to insert energy into your life and throw wrenches into the engine of your life. But that was, again, I'm going to keep repeating this apparently. That was prior to the quarantine. It was working before. Before that, the dark forces could work their magic, their castings, their conjurings, their evil intentions over other people. And that shit would work. But it don't work no more. Not since the quarantine. And tribe, you have freed your mind. You have freed your mind. The only way that their workings could work over you anymore is if your mind was still stuck and nothing works for you. But you're not there no more. You don't live there no more. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live in the stuck mentality no more. Anywhere where there's been a delay in your life, it was so you could take what was physically happening in your life, put some love into it, and build up a whole warehouse of beautiful occurrences that are unfolding for you. You are protected. You met fate with courage and faith and stepped into your destiny. As a result of the choices you have made, you have a beautiful destiny unfolding for you. Yeah. I heard you are Destiny's child. Lord of mercy. You are Destiny's child. Yeah, because of the choices that you had made. See, fate is going to happen to all of us. And that's where I tell you, you have common ground with this person. That was fate. But the choices you made with what fate handed you, there's your destiny. And that is their destiny as well. Those two things look very different. And they're giving me the phrase, there was a path and it diverged in the woods. In the woods, you can't see the forest for the trees. Okay, in the woods, when you were in the wood, where it's time to chop wood, that's where the path changed. That's where the paths separated. So you and this person had a similar start, but the choices that y'all made as a result of that similar fated energy, something happened in both of your lives. And if it wasn't the same exact experience, it was a similar enough experience, but you both had different responses to that challenge. And one of you overcame it, and somebody still needs to learn the lessons, and that's the outcome. And let's see some more. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Listen, continue to be strategic. One of the strategies you've already put in place is, I'm not talking to them no more. I'm not engaging no more. I'm not going over there. They're just going to be angry in their cave. I'm not going over there. They sit in the darkness intentionally. You fly in the light. Those two places do not meet. I hear I heard your nest, the home you made for yourself, is at the top of the mountain. They said at the top of the mountain. Yeah, and because you refuse to see them, because you refuse to interact with them, you disarm them. The Seven of Swords is talking about a disarming. You disarm them because you're not giving them the fuel to throw at you. You have disarmed them effectively because you're not interacting. And and they said effectively and retroactively. So interesting. So what's happening is because of the way you've been addressing this situation, the energy of the disarming has been spiritually decided that it should be retroactive as well, which is showing there's a correction. There's some correction being made to even your past as a result of your present perspective, behaviors. Where you're at now is effectively disarming anything and anyone that would come against you, even retroactively, which is a very interesting energy. That's extremely interesting. Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. The Ten of Pentacles. That's a huge confirmation as well, because Ten of Coins says to me, this soul contract is complete. You and this person had a soul contract together to accomplish a goal. And we did talk about siblings. So a lot of you, this is family as well. The Ten of Coins refers to 3 generations. It takes 3 generations to break a generational curse. Yep, a bloodline chain has been broken in this energy. Anywhere where you and a sibling or you and some other person in the family had a similar experience and you both took a different course of action, and you took a course of action of, you know what, I don't have to engage with that negativity. I don't have to accept that. I don't have to live there. I don't have to do that. Like my mother said, you may have been born, you may have been born in the shit, but you don't have it to sit in it. You can get up, clean yourself off, and move on. And with the fact that that card, or the Stuck in the Mud card, was talking about finding the beauty in where you're currently at. Your ability to do that is one of the most important things you have done, is apply that, right? Let's get the most important message from the Dragon Oracle cards. We've had so much dragon energy here. Oh, thank you. And then I hear, yeah, that energy is being replaced in your life. Whatever this energy is, it's being replaced in your life. For some, there's going to be the birth of a new child, or there has been the birth of a new child, and there's some similarity in zodiac sign energy. Like this one could be the same zodiac sign as the new one. But there is definitely karmic repercussions. Whether those are beautiful or ugly is all been based off of the way you met the energy, right? The way each one has responded to situations and circumstances. Life is gonna life, and on planet Earth, life throws us all sorts of curveballs, fastballs, and hardballs. But what you gonna do? You gonna stand there and knock one out of the park, or you gonna let the motherfucker knock you down? You know what I'm saying? Somebody here cowered from life's curveballs, fastballs, and hardballs. They cowered from that shit. And tribe learned how to swing, batter, swing. And you hit that shit out of the park. There was a reading we did months ago, and it talked about that. You hit it out of the park every fucking time. They said you just kept practicing hitting. You kept going to the batting cages, and you just kept practicing. And you gave yourself a goal. You said, every fucking ball, I'm going to hit it out of the park. You practiced until that became your truth. And of course, that's symbolic. I mean, unless you're really a baseball player, and then damn, why aren't you? Are you playing on the major leagues? And if you are, please send a tip. We appreciate that. I'm just saying. But the fact of the matter is, look, baby, you practiced over and over again. And maybe you didn't, because in the beginning, you didn't hit all the balls. And then finally you could hit all the balls. But all the balls, you didn't hit them all out of the park, but you were hitting all the balls. So you were real grateful for the fact that you were hitting all the balls when you finally started to hit all the balls. Then you start focusing on, I'm going to hit all this shit right up out of the park. And out of the park is giving the energy so that they can't just go get it no more. Like, it's just not going to work. The shit doesn't work anymore. It is closing out the soul contracts out of the park. That's what it's giving. Interesting. Let's get you a message from the Dragon Oracle cards. Now, these cards are perfectly shuffled. What's the most important message for the tribe, please, in this energy? Where we have talked heavily about the dragons. What do we have for the tribe? Give us one card, please. And there it is. And I should have said it because I'm like, watch it fall to the floor. I had the thought come to me. I didn't speak it, and it literally fell to the floor. Whoa, Alpha Dragon. Harnesses the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help to manifest a new world. Materialize. Help to materialize a new world. The Alpha Dragon, baby. And the boss energy was here. Being large and in charge is a big fucking deal. Everybody ain't gonna like it. Your job is not to be pleasing to everyone. This is on page 106. 100 plus 6 degrees. Lord of mercy. 1 is the magician. 0, the fool. 6 is the lovers. 1, 0, and 6 makes the chariot. Okay. Being in your power, trusting in your journey, and making wise choices has helped you to overcome challenges and obstacles presented to you. These incredible galactic dragons carry Archangel Metatron's highest light. They helped to create the universe that we live in and continue to breathe the yang energy of manifestation, materialization into our world. Because they have the power of physical materialization, they work with our thoughts. When we, or the collective mind of humanity, are ready to bring something into creation. These are enormous and powerful dragons. They only work for the highest good. As they can build, they can also destroy. They are entering our world now at the end of the old era and the start of the new to facilitate the destruction of that which no longer serves our planet and the construction of a new world at a much higher frequency. Alpha Dragons are bringing you a very special message. You are being called to demonstrate creative forces in your current project or experience. So ask these dragons, these magnificent beings, to assist you and know that their masculine energy will empower and strengthen you as you visualize what you want to build. You can also ask these dragons to support you in constructing our new 5th dimensional world. As you hold the vision of the new golden age, they can take your pictures and breathe life into them. This is a card of raw power and creation. So ensure your intentions are pure. And I heard, and even in deciding not to interact with this energy, it came from pure intention. You are that power. So now I was confused. I said, I'm not sure about this dragon over here that's flying. And now I'm absolutely sure that you are the dragon that's flying. They want to fly, but they refuse to come out of the darkness. And you're over here flying, and they sitting there saying, they sitting up there being jealous and angry. Why they flying? I wish I could fly. Like, bitch, you could fly. All you got to do is come out of the cab, extend your wings, and flap that motherfuckers a little bit. I'm just saying. Instead of sitting up there and being angry, well, I can't fly. I wish I could fly like that. How dare they be flying around, and I could see them flying around, and that sucks because I'm just stuck here in this fucking cave. I told you, all they do is bitch and complain. But y'all were handed the same fucking tools. You were handed something similar in life to give you the tools to make a choice. You both are dragons. You both have wings. The difference is what you did with these abilities. The difference is how you responded to the opportunities. The difference is what you did with the tools that you were handed. And you're aware. And didn't I tell you, you live at the top of the mountain? Where this dragon going? Oh, to the top. This dragon to the top. The other one want to be way down here, showing a difference in the vibration. And that's one of the reasons why you decided not to interact with this one, because, oh boy, the difference in vibration is vast. It's a vast chasm, the difference in vibration between you and this one. So with all that being said and done, I do see that the message here is complete. We don't charge you extra to get the rest of the message. We just deliver it all to you. Remember, squirrel, don't be distracted. And oh my gosh, it's a bad night. Daddy, I want a squirrel. Veruca Salt wanted something that she was told she could not have. Is that what the fuck this problem is? They wanted what you had, but they were told, no, that's not yours. That's tribe. And because she climbed over the guardrail, she climbed over the fucking protective barrier and went to go touch. Little girl, don't touch that squirrel's nuts. Do not touch what belongs to the tribe. Do not touch what belongs to the tribe. That is sacred property. The divine had decided who it belongs to. And it did not belong to this person. And they tried to touch it through their envy. Straight green envy. And so what happened? Squirrel energy, your spirit animal here of the squirrel, just like in that movie, knocked him on the head. Knocked him on the head. What they do? Oh, it's a bad nut. This is a bad nut. They don't want to learn. They got knocked up. We said, oops, upside the head. I said, oops, upside the head. They got knocked upside the head. And it was determined. Because this is not you, tribe. This is a spirit animal. This is a spiritual energy here that is observing all things and watching. And maybe it's a mother or a grandmother. Does that look like one of the ones that you know? Right? Watching in purity to observe. What are you going to do? Well, tribe was deemed worthy to reap all the rewards. It was given to you. And somebody wanted what was ordained for you, divinely ordained to be yours. And as spirit realm and angels and ancestors and guides observed everything, they were deemed to be a bad nut. Oh, Lord of mercy. And I see a squirrel came to your window. That's a beautiful confirmation that this message is here. The fact that you have mother in your YouTube title name. Is this the mother that's watching over her children, right? To see how their children responded. Mama said, in this world, you only have you two. You have to take care of one another. You have to love one another. One of you loved, the other one hated. One of you tried, the other one negated. And so then the one of you said, okay, I'm done. Lesson learned. And the other one's still sitting with the lesson and ain't figured it out yet. That's the energy that's coming through. So with that, I'm going to give you a yes or no answer to your personal question. Yes or no does not mean good or bad. The first way you receive that question is the perfect way to ask it. You don't have to put it in the comments, but you can if you choose. We're going to give you a yes or no answer. I'm going to do this one time, and it will work for all of you because your highest self gave you the perfect way to ask the question the first time. And, yeah. They already know what the answer is coming out of these cards, although we are all finna discover it together. Let's see, what do we have in this energy? Is today's answer yes or no? Starting here. Yes is your answer. It is card number 8. And it came out with the Ace of Pentacles, and that's a huge confirmation because we already had 2 Ace of Pentacles in the reading. If your question had something to do with the reading, there's like extra emphasis for you. But whatever your yes or no question was, because you could have asked it about anything at all, yes is your answer today. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Swords. So there is a message in that for you. So remember, tribe, the way you respond. I mean, it's that 2 paths diverged in a wood, right? We all have choices to make. We're never alone in the shit we go through. But you could be very alone in your response to the shit that you go through. You could have felt very alone on this journey. But at the end of the day, it proves... I mean, I heard the proof is in the pudding. You're proving that the choices that you've been making all along have been wise. They have been beneficial. It is something that cannot be negated. The evidence is there. It's proven with time. And it's proven by the fruit. What they say scripturally and biblically, religiously, they love to say, by a fruit, you'll know, right? By the fruit that the tree bears, you will know what it is. Well, tribe, you have been deemed worthy. And it really looks like something or someone that has been the counterbalance to your empowerment. Yeah, the counterbalance to your empowerment is being removed. And as that happens, I see a flood of amazing things happening your way. See, because there had to be a counterbalance to your empowerment. How do you grow stronger without the weights? Right? And so as that counterbalance to your empowerment is being removed, the beautiful things that held in escrow are released for you. As well as a flood of love coming your way. And the flood of love coming your way is feeling like commendation from the angels, ancestors, and guides. Recognition. It's like you have to go through the whole process to get to that reward. And somebody, they got stopped. They could have been flying right next to you. They could have flown right next to you. But instead of flying with you, they just, despised the fact that you were flying. Bitch, why are you despising the fact that I can fly? We were all given the same tools. If you like the fact that I'm flying and you want to fly too, well, why don't you just copy what I did? And then, you'd be flying too, because we all have the same tools. We all have the same abilities innately in us. But some of us will cower from it and hide in the darkness. Hide in the darkness rather than come out into the light. With anger in our eyes. Watch out for angry birds, babe. Watch out for the angry birds. And anywhere where you have been guided to remove yourself from their presence, that was wise. And understand that your doing so serves as a life lesson for them. They do not understand that by sitting in their anger and their envy, they are keeping themselves stuck in a repetitive cycle of despair. And the thing of it is, they kept trying to throw despair and pain your way, but you were protected from it because you closed the cycle by your different choices. The things that from the thing that, what do they say? From the heart, the mouth speaks. It pours out from their own heart, and they speak things over their own reality when they think they're speaking things over yours. See, okay, slow it down. Don't want to lose control. You're not controlling anybody else's reality, but you are controlling your own. Tribe, you've taken the slower, more tedious path. And on this slower, more tedious path, you have learned to speak out in a healthier way, in a more empowered way. The universe is responding to that, and it's having effect on you every day. We're not sitting in depression over what was. We're not holding on to the residue from old battles in our belly. The Alpha Dragon card spoke so much about masculine energy. And we kept talking about this person holding and expanding in their middle because they're holding on to these residual battles and the residue from them within their own energetic field that they're not doing. They're not coming out. They're not taking the action. They could come out of the cave and fucking spread their wings and fly away to the place that they long for too. That's masculine energy. It's their masculine energy has not been honored. It hasn't been allowed. It hasn't been flowing. And you know, a lot of people, if you're holding on to a lot of weight in your middle, what I know is everything is first spiritual and then physical. Now, mind you, some of us is just born to be big bone, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm talking about. Some are just deliciously thick. I am not talking about that. I'm talking about people who's really holding on to a lot in the weight in the middle. A lot of times what I've observed is as soon as they start taking positive actions on things that they have limited themselves from doing, on things that they have restricted themselves from doing, on things that they were afraid from doing. In other words, as soon as they come out of the cave, a lot of that weight will just fall off on its own. They don't have to change their diet. They don't have to change their physical routine. It just starts happening because the solar plexus chakra being blocked up. In other words, not taking the actions that their soul is calling for is a big part of the reason why they are retaining that energy there. They're trying to make me choke up again, but it didn't work this time. So as soon as they start taking the action, as soon as they start doing with what's in alignment with their soul, what their soul is calling them to do, that weight starts to fall off. And I've observed this so many times. I had the experience myself. And when I had the experience and I hadn't changed nothing, and when I tell you 3 sizes fell off of me immediately and unnoticeably and like seemingly overnight, I was like, what the fuck? Go undo my belt and the pants just fell to my ankles. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And it took somebody else to say, Melinda, you lost a lot of weight. And now I look back at my old pictures and you could see it all in my face. It was all around. It's not there no more. And I've stayed the same. I say, although you can't really see it because I be covering it up with all these boy clothes, you can't really see it. But I know that it happens. And then aside from that, as I sit across the table from all these different ladies and I have these great conversations and they come back with feedback on what they learned, what they did, and how it helped them, and then I can see it. It happens. So there's that. Yeah. So this is what I have for you today. What an empowering message. I really appreciate this message very much. Do not get, I heard there's nothing for you to feel shame or guilt about. As in contrast to that, it's really about you feeling empowered. Feel your power. Be proud of what choices you made. Your life is going the way it's going, and you ain't seen nothing yet. They say, and you ain't seen nothing yet, but it's all a result of the personal choices you made, the responses that you decided about all the shitstorm you were handed. Just because you're born in the mud don't mean you have to stay there. You can get up and clean yourself off and move on, as my mother always said. And the mother energy was there. So anywhere where the mother has been there and watching you, she's giving you her stamp of approval. And she is also protecting all your nest and all the things that are coming to you. It's being held in escrow for you. While this contrasting, what do they call it? The counterbalance to your empowerment is being removed. That's what I have for you at this time. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And that's all, folks. And I'm out.